Welcome back to the channel. Today we try and get back to winning ways, having lost the last two games in the championship. Plus, we go on a trip down to Devon and face Exeter City in the Carabao Cup fourth round as we try and progress to the quarterfinals for the first time ever. Hello and welcome to episode 109 of From the Bottom to the Top as we try and take a National League South side, in this case Weymouth, from the bottom all the way up to the top. And this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two games as usual. First up, we have the Championship Match Day 13 against Swansea City at the Bob Lucas as we try and turn our season around, having lost both games in the last episode. And then we take a trip, as I said, to Devon for the Carabao Cup fourth round against Exeter City. Can we progress to the quarterfinals for the first time ever? We've gone further in the competition than we've ever gone before. It'll be great to get through to the quarterfinals. We will find out in today's episode. Don't forget, if you enjoy today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think of this series so far. Let me know what you other content you would like to see here on the channel, and of course thank you to all those who have subscribed and commented to date. Much appreciated. And don't forget, you can follow everything that goes on this channel simply by following me on X at JustOffsideFM. Right, let's get into it. Nothing's happened since you were last with us. Those two losses against West Brom, match day 11. Yeah, match day 11. Tom Beadle after 62, getting the win for them there. Norwich beating us. Carl Johnson didn't help things. He got sent off deep into injury time to mean that we couldn't get back into the game at all, and be it that we probably left it quite late to do so anyway. Breslin after 75 giving Norwich a win. Both very close games, but on fine margins, and as you'll see, we've been on fine margins now pretty much since that last international break. Beat Bristol City 2-0, which was fine, but after that we close shave against Millwall, scored after 6 minutes and shut them out. Huddersfield, it was 0-0 and looking like a draw until Ross Stewart popped up 4 minutes in injury time from the penalty spot to give us the win. As I say, we've lost the last two on the trot, which is not good news in any shape or form. Burnley have played an early game let's have a quick look. I think they played on Friday. They did. Again, played Bournemouth. A 2-2 draw. Bournemouth and Burnley in that top echelons. Burnley move up into second ahead of us on the same amount of points, just slightly better goal difference than us. But we can move back in front of them, assuming that we can beat Swansea in today's match, of course. So the table looks like this. Going into today's matches, Derby are still top. They are 6 points clear of Burnley and ourselves on 27. Bournemouth are in fourth on 26. Then come Portsmouth and Hull City on 25. Two teams on 24, Fulham and Millwall just outside the playoff positions, and Birmingham Middlesbrough just a point further behind them, so 2 points adrift of the playoff positions. Down the other end of the table, it's all fairly tight. Swansea, Barnsley, is that right? Hang on a minute. Swansea and Barnsley on 13 points. Then Luton Town on 12. Plymouth and Sheffield United on 11. They are some 3 points clear of Stoke, who are in 22nd. Preston are 23rd on 7. And Nottingham Forest, who dropped out of the Premier League last season, are struggling on the bottom on just 6 points. Our first opponents of the day, Swansea, are down there in 17th place. They've lost 3, drawn 2 of their last 5. They're not in good fettle. Let's hope we can get a result against them today. Last time we played them, and we have only played them once this series, we beat them 2-0 at their place at the Swansea.com stadium. That one, though, in the Carabao Cup, which could be slightly different. Darcy on 18 and O'Grady Mackin from the penalty spot on 65, giving us the win. Let's go and see if we can do something similar today as we face Swansea at the Bob Lucas. And here is the team that faces Swansea in this Sky Bet Championship. Match day 13. Virginia is in goal. Olsen, G and DeBeo, the defensive line. Lawrence and Holman are the wide wing backs. Lawrence, of course, because of the suspension to Carl Johnson. O'Grady Mackin plays between them as a roaming playmaker in centre of midfield. And then up front, we have Patterson and Derry as the wide players, with Russell Denny playing between them. Wakachu leads the attack. Russell Denny in, of course, for the injured Glory Nzingo, and Ronan Darcy also injured in that position. The bench looking like this today: Winterbottom, Armitage, Candlish, Linton, Peters, Jurich, Franson, Stewart and Jefferson. And here we are back at the Bob Lucas, playing our usual formation. While our visitors today, Barak Bashar is their manager, playing a 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder. They are in 17th on 13 points. We are 3rd on 27. And Swansea playing in all white today. Russell Denny with a free kick. He's gone direct and Piers in the Swansea goal. Had to put it wide. Russell Denny with a corner. Not scored anything from corners of late. This one into near post. It's headed away. Patterson. Patterson comes into the area. He's cut it back for Holman. Russell Denny creating a bit of space, but it's run out. Yale Virginia fires one out wide to Holman. 14 minutes on the clock. That one passed back by Derry. Derry and Patterson have both picked up yellow cards out wide. Russell Denny to G. Patient build-up. Olsen. Russell Denny, nice ball. It got it, his foot in. Lawrence is there. Lawrence on the other side of the pitch today to where he usually is. Russell Denny back to Lawrence. Patterson misses the post. He's offside anyway. Went a fraction too early. That didn't come back on side. 19 minutes on the clock now. O'Grady Mackin with a throw-in from Holman, but it's hit a defender and they've broken away on a counter-attack. We need to be very careful here, and they're outnumbering us at the minute. And trying to thwart that attack. Just wondering, is that Tommy Conway? This is Conway, but doesn't say who. We'll check it out in a bit. Cruz. Gardner. And we've not cut that one out. Oh, Conway's in. Conway puts it wide. First chance we've seen of Swansea potentially getting in here. Through ball to Conway. Conway tried to put it wide of Yale Virginia, but put it wide. And it's not. It's Colin Conway. Lawrence. Russell Denny. DeBeo. Holman. Way off target. We have a corner on this near side. Half hour mark coming up. Derry will take it. Swung in and we've scored from a corner. Goodness me, we might need to frame that. I'm not sure who scored. It was DeBeo, I think. Yep, DeBeo scores, and it's his first goal of the season. First goal for us. And, well, we've done a little bit of a tweak to this system for corners, but this time he gets up above 3 defenders and plants it in the back of the net. Well, that was the last highlight of that first half. We've had 13 shots, 5 of which have been on target. It's 1.03 and 64% of the possession. But needless to say, we have let Swansea in. They've had 7 shots, 2 of which have been on target, 0.03 and 36% of the possession. But we have got our noses in front at half-time. He's 7 minutes on the clock. Lawrence with a throw into O'Grady Mackin. Lawrence into the area. He's had a go, but the goalkeeper makes the save. 58 on the clock. They've got a throw in, but it's defended so far. But looks like it might make a breakaway, and we have to be careful. Grady Mackin playing slightly deeper now. That ball forwards. It's headed down to Patterson. Patterson has... Patterson's carried on with it. Not sure who he had out there. Who's got Lawrence out there, of course. De Bayo. Not used to Lawrence being on the wrong side of the pitch at the moment. Derry round his man. Pulls it back, though, to O'Grady Mackin. Puts it in for Derry. And Wakachu puts it away. His 9th goal of the season. And we take a 2-goal lead on 59 minutes. And I was wondering whether this attack would actually... And it looked like it was going to break down at one time. We got it back. Derry cuts it back to O'Grady Mackin. It looked like it was the wrong move, but Derry went on a run, pulled it back for Wakachu. And with 17 minutes on the clock, making 2 changes at this juncture in time, both because of yellow cards. Also, Travis Patterson not playing particularly well today. Patterson is replaced by Amika Peters. And the other change that we made also on that left side is Henry Lawrence has been replaced by Josiah Linton. Russell Denny with a corner. It's swung in. It's headed clear. Derry, Patterson. Back to Derry. O'Grady Mackin. Olsen. Straight into the arms of Pearce. A free kick. 77 minutes on the clock. Russell Denny going to take it, but he was a bit high and wide. And with nearly 81 minutes on the clock, making another 2 changes, we have taken off Reece Russell Denny, who's... tiring, but also not had too good a game out there today. Nicholas Franson replaces him, and the other change that we have made at this juncture in time is Billy G picking up a yellow card in middle of defence, and we've replaced him with Will Armitage. 84 on the clock. Holman with a throw into O'Grady Mackin. Holman crosses this deep. Oh, and goalkeeper punched it straight into the path of Nicholas Franson, who's just come on, and he makes it 3-0 on 85 minutes. And, well, I think we're back to winning ways. And comprehensively, O'Grady Mackin. Holman crosses this ball. We'll see the goalkeeper. Not quite sure what happened there. Goalkeeper and defender getting in the way of one another. And Franson says, thank you very much. And it's all over. It's a 3-0 win. And, well, when you look at the stats, half-time, Swansea had 7 shots, 2 on target. They finished the game with 8 shots, 2 on target, which means they had no more shots on target in that second half. And they only had 1 shot all second half. So what we did at half-time is O'Grady Mackin, who's playing slightly more attacking in centre of midfield, just dropped him back, having got that lead at half-time, that 1-0 lead, just dropped him back, and it's pretty much thwarted any opportunity of an attack for them. So definitely worked a dream as far as we are concerned. 25 shots, we absolutely peppered them, 11 of which were on target. We probably should have had more, actually. 3.23 on the XG, so we've met the XG, and 66% of the possession, dominated it with O'Grady Mackin there in that midfield, and that is how it is. And you look at this line along the bottom, I think they had 10 minutes of the game, if that, and we were dominant pretty much throughout. So we've beaten them for the second time in a row, and we will move back up into second place ahead of Burnley, given the fact that we have won today. Jesse Derry picking up player of the match, 4 key passes, 2 clear-cut chances, 2 assists in today's game. Nicholas Franson coming on and scoring. He came on 82 minutes and scored on 85. Been on the pitch for 3 minutes. Well done to him. And here are the day's results, and they're all in, and we return to second in the table, 6 points behind Derby County, 2 points clear of Portsmouth, who are in third, 3 points clear of Burnley in fourth, Fifth are Fulham, also on 27 points, just behind Burnley on goal difference, and then come Bournemouth in sixth place, just ahead of Middlesbrough, who are in seventh, just separated by goal difference, and there is quite a bit of goal difference there. Hull are eighth on 25, then come Birmingham, Millwall, both on 24, and then a 4-point gap down to West Brom down the bottom. It's Sheffield United in 21st on 11, with Plymouth just in front of them in 20th on goal difference, and then ahead of them it's all very tight down the bottom. Everybody from Watford down in a very close. Preston move up into 22nd on 10 points. Stoke are 23rd on 8, and Nottingham Forest still on the bottom on 6 points. Now some 5 points adrift of Sheffield United in 21st place. What's caused all of that today? Well, Portsmouth have beaten Plymouth by 4 goals to 1, which is how they've moved up into third place in the Championship behind us and Derby County. Derby have beaten Watford by 2 goals to 0 to keep in front. The other things that have happened, Burnley, of course. I say Burnley, of course. Did they play earlier? Yes, they played yesterday, didn't they? A 2-2 against Bournemouth. I've forgotten already. Fulham are in fifth. They move up into fifth, having beaten Hull City by 2 goals to 1. As we know, Bournemouth playing Burnley, which is why they're in sixth. And Middlesbrough move up into seventh by virtue of that win over Stoke by 2 goals to 0. And then down the other end of the table, Preston getting a win over Luton Town by 3 goals to 2. Had a 3-goal lead, 3-1 there. Luton taking the lead after 4 minutes. Preston equalising just before half time, and then they come back. And on 84, looked like they had it wrapped up, but would have been squeaky bum time as Luton got a second on 86 to leave it a bit tight towards the end. And luckily, they didn't cave in. As we said, Stoke losing to Middlesbrough, which is why they've dropped down to 23rd. And Nottingham Forest once again losing, this time to Huddersfield by 2 goals to 1. And Sheffield United just outside, also dropping out of the Premier League, I think it was. They were on the bottom. They have pulled themselves up a little bit. But today, a 3-0 loss to Sheffield United. Right, we have 4 days down to the game against Exeter City in the Carabao Cup, 4th round. We'll come back just ahead of that with any news. And there's no real news to tell you at this juncture in time. Everything has gone through to match day without any major things happening. So this is how we have played against Exeter City before. We had a friendly against them back in 2027. Beat them 5-3 at the Bob Lucas. James Jones getting a brace, Luca Fletcher getting a brace, and Charlie Olsen, the other goal scorer in that game. Hackett and Ryan, scorers for Exeter City. Then in League One last season, at the Bob Lucas, beat them 3-1. Ronan Darcy, Johnson and Patterson, the scorers for us. Mark Harris for them. And then at St James's Park last season, Camilleri and Candy, the scorers for them. Replying to Wakachu's 2-goal lead at half time. He scored on 10 and 33 minutes. We don't want something of similar today. We could do with a win to get through to the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup. Let's go and see if we can do it. Here is the side that faces Exeter City in this Carabao Cup 4th round for a place in the quarterfinals. And all the Premier League sides look as if they've gone through from the previous day's games, all apart from Mansfield Town, who have beaten Southampton. We'll have a look at the scores, obviously, after the game, but they've beaten Southampton, which means that a League One side does remain in the draw. So the quarterfinals, it is going to be a toughie. Manchester City, Manchester United are all in there, along with the likes of Leicester and players, teams like that. So anyway, let's go and see who, or if we can get to the quarterfinals, who we will get. A big money day coming up for us if we get through. Virginia is in goal. Olsen, G and DeBeo. our defensive line as it was last time out. Johnson back from his suspension. Lawrence is on the right side today, back in his usual familiar territory, so hopefully it won't get him messed up too much. Russell Denny plays as the player between those two today. Patterson and Derry are the wide attackers, with O'Grady Macken, who normally plays in midfield, between them two, and Wakachoo up front. It's Winterbottom, Armitage, Candlish, Holman, Peters, Jurich, Franson, Stewart and Jebson all on the bench. And here we are at St James's Park. Schumacher is their manager, Stephen Schumacher. And we're playing in our yellow and blue away kit today, as the teams come out onto the pitch. Exeter playing a 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder. We're inside the first minute, and Exeter have a throw in, and to try and thwart them if we can. Patterson's off his feet, which is a bit dangerous. Try to get a shot away, and they have, and they put it away. Irabanam is the scorer, and 2 minutes on the clock, and we're a goal behind at St James's Park. Give him too much space and really let him just fly, and yeah, Virginia should have had that. 27 minutes on the clock. We have the ball. G. Olsen. Russell Denny through to Johnson. Johnson, Russell Denny finds Olsen. Olsen finds Lawrence. Lawrence has a shot, and Lee had to push it over the top. It was going in the top corner. Got rid of it. It's ball in. De Bayo heads it down, and they're coming away on a counter. Ryan is there, and Lawrence cuts him out. And that was well defended by Lawrence. Derry to Johnson as we turn defence into attack. Johnson crossed this ball in. Ooh. We have a corner. We scored last game from a corner. Can we repeat? No. Patterson. Johnson. Johnson has a shot from the edge of the area. And Lee again had to get rid of it. It was going in. Russell Denny. This one to the near post, but it's cleared upfield. Throwing on that far side. 32 on the clock. Lawrence with the throw in to Russell Denny. Back to Lawrence. Lawrence crossed this in, but it's defended at the near post. And Russell Denny breaks up the defence. And Travis Patterson putting it away for, I'm not going to know how many goals it is. It will have come up on your screen. And on 33 minutes, we are back level. And we'll see it again from the other angle. Hancock heads it away. Boone is there under no pressure whatsoever. And Russell Denny flicks it to O'Grady Macken, who in turn passes it to Patterson. And Patterson puts it beyond Lee. They have a corner. 38 on the clock. It's deep. Oof, come back off the woodwork. And cleared by Russell Denny. No more highlights in that first half, and a bit of a let off towards the end there as they managed to get a shot away from the corner, and it hit the post. We've had 5 shots, 4 on target, 0.54. We should have been putting those away, and we haven't done so. The goalkeeper has been on good form, though, for Exeter. 66% of the possession. They've had 3 shots, 1 on target, and 34% of the possession. All square at half-time, as it was in the last match that we played against them. We need to go looking for that winning goal, though. We have a corner on 53 minutes. Oh, sorry, they have a corner on 53 minutes. Hancock with the corner. Swung in. It's punched away by Yale Virginia, but not convincingly. It's back to Hancock. Hancock's creating space, and he's put it away. And they take a 2-1 lead on 54. We've got to do it all again. Deary me. Let Hancock have the space. And why are we not cutting him out? 55 minutes on the clock. Russell Denny with a free kick. He's tried to get that through to Derry, and it was cut out by the defender or the wall. Derry into the area. Derry's had a go, but it's tame and into the arms of Lee. And with 61 minutes on the clock, making two changes, Carl Johnson, who's picked up another yellow card. We've taken him off and replaced him with Jack Holman. Lawrence moving over to the left. And Wakachu, who's not firing all cylinders up front, has been replaced by Daniel Jefferson. We have a corner, 67 on the clock. Russell Denny, deep back post. It's headed away. O'Grady Macken is there to tidy up. He's into the area, pulls it back. And Travis Patterson gets his second of the game, 8th of the season. And we take a 2-2 lead. I think it was Travis Patterson who scored earlier, unless I'm thinking of the previous game, of course. We'll check that in a minute. O'Grady Macken into the area, pulled it across the area. Goalkeeper missed it completely. Patterson putting it away. And with 18 minutes on the clock, we are making 3 changes. We're just going to change him to a deep line playmaker because he preferred as a deep line playmaker. Making 3 changes, mainly because we've picked up a couple of injuries. Jess Derry has got a knock. He has been replaced by Zoran Juric on that right side. Also picking up a knock is Henry Lawrence. He's been replaced by Kevin Camblish. And our final change in that midfielder said O'Grady Macken has dropped back into that deep line playmaker role. And we've brought on Nicholas Frenson as the attacking midfielder. And so it has come to penalties. We've selected our penalty takers. And we need to get ourselves in front. I'm not sure whether we're going to go through this or not. We've if you look at the penalty stats down here, we've not really got any good penalty takers on the pitch. Here we go then. We are first up to take the penalties. O'Grady Macken. And he's got to put it past Lee. 1-0. Yeah, Virginia needs to make a name for himself. And he has. He saved that one from Morley. And it's 1-0 after 1. Franson is up next. And he's put it away. And put it away very well as well. 2-0. Harris steps up for Exeter. And he sent Yale Virginia the wrong way. 2-1 after 2. DeBeo is next. And DeBeo's almost straight down the middle. 3-1. Winwood is next. Come on, Yao. No, sent him the wrong way again. And it's 3-2 after 3. Jefferson is next up. Daniel Jefferson. He's definitely tucked it in the corner. And it's 4-2. And if Virginia can save this one, we're through. It's either that or it's all down to the last penalty that we take to go through. Boone steps up. He runs up. He's put it past Yale Virginia. Yale Virginia going the right way, just couldn't get to it. And it's 4-3 after 4. And it's Kevin Camlish to take our final of 5 penalties. And is there drama in this? Let's hope not. Oh, he is. He's straight at the goalkeeper. And that's not good. Yale Virginia then against Pook. And Exeter, it's 4-3 after 4. Oh, he nearly got there, Yale Virginia. Just beat him. And it's gone to sudden death. 4-4 after 5. Holman puts it in the opposite corner. Goalkeeper going the wrong way. And Holman has put that away. 5-4 then. And Diabete steps up. Yale Virginia needs to make a hero of himself yet again. Diabete. Oh, and he has, and we have won it. On penalties, 5-4. It's all over, and we go through to the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. O'Grady Mackin getting 2 key passes, 2 clear-cut chances, 2 assists, an 8.9 for him. Travis Patterson getting the 2 goals, of course, getting an 8.5, and Yale Virginia a 7.1, making 2 saves in that penalty shootout to put us through. But it was, again, a very tight match, the second time in a row that we've ended up 2-2 at St James's Park against the League One side. Nearly slipped on the banana skin. 14 shots, 9 on target, 1.85 and 62% of the possession. They had 10 shots, 4 on target, 0.76 and 38% of the possession. It's a quarter-final draw coming up at some point. And here's how the results went in this fourth round. Arsenal beating Tranmere by 1-0. Chelsea beating Bristol City by on penalties after a 1-1 draw in that match. Manchester City just managing to get past Leeds United 2-1. And the surprise of the round at Mansfield beating Southampton, Warburton, after 69 minutes to put League One side through. In other matches, of course, we beat Exeter on penalties 2-2, the final score. Manchester United beating Leicester by 1-0. They are through. Newcastle, it took penalties in that game against Brighton. They are through. And Everton beating Wolves by 2-1, which means we could face either Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester City, Mansfield, Manchester City, Newcastle, or Everton. Can we get any further than the quarter-final? Or is that where we're going to be finishing up? We will have to wait and see, because we will come back. The quarter-final is down here in the deep, dark depths of December. We will start the next episode with the draw for that quarter-final and let you know how that pans out. We're going to play Barnsley and Plymouth online. We're going to come back for Burnley, currently in 4th place in the Championship, and the league leaders at the moment, Derby County. A big episode coming up. Can we continue that good form? Can we continue the revised form going into that? And hopefully, if we can get results against Barnsley and Plymouth, we'll put ourselves in a good position to have a good knock-in against Barnsley and Derby. Match day 16 and 17 in the Championship. I hope you can join me for that. And it will be a bit of a cracker, to say the least. And as it's the last episode that we have before Christmas, it's a Christmas cracker. Yeah. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to give me that big thumbs up. Subscribe, hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of From the Bottom to the Top. And, of course, our other series, Going Dutch, as they are released. New episodes of Bottom to the Top will be released every Tuesday and Friday, 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date what's happening on this channel is to follow me on X at JustOffsideFM. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode as we get ready for Christmas. Not in game, but we get ready for Christmas with a Christmas cracker. Burnley and Derby, 4th and 1st respectively in the Championship at the moment. Can we go and get results against them to set ourselves quite right for the Christmas break? Let's keep our fingers crossed. Episode 110 is out on Tuesday, Christmas Eve. Till then, have yourselves a great weekend. Bye bye.